So next we will look at and learn how to develop the Android project, that is an SMS applications in the Android Studio. So in this session we will learn about the entire project development. The SMS applications, we enable the user to text the other phones or devices from their own phone number. Okay. So you can learn how to create the Android applications using the Kotlin and how to use the different permissions to add the functionality to the applications while developing the applications in the Android Studio. Okay. So in this particular case, the send SMS permissions will enable our application to send the text messages. Okay. So about the Android Kotlin SMS applications, so this is a simple SMS applications project for those just learning the fundamentals of developing the Android applications. And this Android applications user interface contains two text fields for the user to enter the phone number and the text messages they want to send. To develop this SMS applications, will work with Android Studio and Kotlin language. So, the list of functionality that the user interface will have, the first one is when the application is initialized, the user needs to give a permission to the application to view and send the text messages by clicking allow. Okay. Then second, the user interface contains a text field where the user is required to enter the phone number on which they want to send the text message. Then third, the user interface contains another text field where the user is required to enter the text messages they want to send via the SMS application. Then fourth, the user interface will also contain the button send SMS below the two text fields. So, when the button is clicked, the enter text message by the user will be sent to the number entered by the user. Okay. So, we'll now start working on developing the SMS applications. Okay. So, before actually implementing and executing the code, we'll learn about its working. Okay. So, let's look at the fields and functions which are needed to run this particular code. Okay. So, in order to make this Android Kotlin SMS applications, you must follow some set of the instructions. Okay. So, we are here to guide you through each step of creating the applications. Okay. So, the first step is about launch the Android Studio. Everyone may know about how to launch the Android Studio. The previous classes already we have seen about launching of the Android Studio. Second, so we have to open the created file. Okay. Then third, so we have to locate and choose the extracted folder, then select the OK button. Okay. Then the SMS application source code has been successfully opened in the Android Studio. Okay. So, before getting started with the main activity.kotlin and the activity main XML files, so we need to set up some things in the Android manifest XML file. Okay. So, the first thing so we have to do is to be able to send the SMS via our applications. So, we need to add the user permissions in the Android manifest XML file. Then we have to add the so following line of code to the file for giving the permission. Okay. So, that is user permissions Android name is equal to Android permission send SMS. Okay. Then second, so we have a activity main. So, this is an XML file. So, that is responsible for creating the user interface of home screen that is displayed when the SMS application is initialized. Okay. So, in this particular segment, so we are going to look at the example of designing the simple user interface in the Android Studio using XML. Okay. So, the main goal of this layout is to create the small applications that allow the user to enter their phone number and type the messages and then send an SMS button. Okay. So, let us carefully walk through the XML code. At the top, we see the root element. So, that is a linear layout. Okay. So, this indicates that the layout is a linear layout. So, where the child views are arranged vertically, and you can also see the various attributes like orientation is vertical and gravity is equal to center and the padding 15 SP. So, together this ensure that all the elements are stacked vertically, centered on the screen and padded neatly to give a proper spacing. Okay. So, now let us look at the first component. So, that is for edit text. Okay. So, this edit text is meant to accept the user phone number. Okay. So, here we have used the attribute of Android input type is equal to phone. Okay, so this will restrict the input to the phone number format. Okay, so we cannot give a 10 digit or 12 digit. Okay, so this will restrict the 10 digit number only. And at the same time, so we have set the phone number by maximum length is equal to 10. So this will ensure that only the 10 digit number can be entered and suitable for the standard phone mobile numbers, others cannot be entered. Okay, so warning messages we will receive. Then the hint is equal to enter phone number. So because of this, so it provides a guidance text inside the box until the user starts typing. Okay, and we have a edit text phone. So this will uniquely identify this element. So we can access it later in our Kotlin or Java code. Here we are using the Kotlin code only. Okay. Then moving on into the second component is another edit text. So this is where the user can type the text message. So notice that the Android input type is equal to text multi-line. Okay. This will allow the multiple lines of the text. So the user can write the longer SMS also. Again, the helpful hint text is added, enter text message. So finally, we have a button. Okay. So this button is labeled send SMS. Okay. So once the user clicks this particular button, the application logic is written in the main activity file. So this will pick the entered phone number and the message and trigger the SMS sending functionality. Okay. And the important detail here is the attribute text all caps is equal to false. Okay. So by default, the button text in Android appears in uppercase. So this attribute ensure that the label is displayed exactly as we have written it. Okay. Then send SMS with the proper capitalization. Okay. So to summarize, so we created the linear layout as a parent container. Then we added the two edit text field, one for the phone number and one for the message. Okay. Then we place the button to send the SMS also. Okay. So this simple layout forms a front end of an SMS application. Okay. So in the next part, we'll link all these user interface components with our backend code. Okay. So that the button can actually send the message to the entered number. Okay. Then next, so we'll see about the main activity. So main activity is a Kotlin file which is responsible for the functionality of the SMS applications. Okay. So here we have two functions are there. One is a check permissions and send SMS. So these are the two functions which are defined in this file that are responsible for requesting the permissions to view and send messages and send text messages respectively. So in the previous sections, we designed the layout for our SMS applications. Now, let's move on to the main activity code, which provides a functionality. Okay. So, first in our main activity class, so we declare the three variables. Okay. So, phone for the phone number input. Then second, message edit for the message text and send button for the button. Okay. So, we have another method like inside on create. So, here we link these variables with the corresponding views from our XML file using the find view bind. Okay. So, here we also call the check permission method. So, this ensures the application has a permissions to send the SMS. If not, it requires it from the user. So, next we set the click listener on the button. Okay. So, using this method. So, when the button is pressed, the send SMS function runs inside send SMS method. Okay. So, here we take the phone number and the message from the input field. If both are not empty, we use the SMS manager get default method to send the text message. A toast message is displayed confirming that the SMS has been delivered. Then finally, we clear both input fields. So, in summary, this code checks for the SMS permissions, capture the user input and sends the text messages when the button is pressed. Together with the XML layout, this forms a fully functional SMS sending applications. Okay. So, now that we have built our SMS applications, let's see how it performs in the real time. So, as soon as the application starts, the Android prompts the user to grant the SMS permissions and it is necessary before sending the messages. Okay. So, at the same time, we have an options like allow. So, when you click the allow, it will allow you to proceed. Okay, then so our home screen will be displayed. So here you can see the edit text fields, one's for the phone number and another for your message, and the send SMS button also there. So it is just like a user interface we designed earlier. Okay, then at the same time, so inputting the details also we have to give. So here how you use it, this inputting. So here you have to enter your mobile number in the top field and type your messages. Okay, and finally, so you have to click the send SMS button. If both fields are filled correctly, that time the applications will send the message using the SMS manager to the phone number which you have given in the button. Okay. Upon successful delivery, you will see the confirmation toast like a text message has been delivered. Okay. So here you have to notice that the text fields are cleared automatically for the fresh input. Okay. So next we'll just recap so what we have done earlier. So the application requires a SMS permissions at the launch. Then the user enters a phone number and compose the message. On clicking the send SMS button, so the messages will be sent to the mobile number. Then the confirmation toast will be appeared and both input fields are cleared automatically for the further use. Okay, and that's how our SMS applications behaves from the start to finish. In the next module, we will discuss how to handle the delivery status and improve the user feedback. See you in the next time. So, in this Android Kotlin SMS application project, we learned how to use the Android Studio to develop the SMS applications, and this Android project is suitable for the beginners as it will improve your ability to design the user interfaces as per the application's need and use the various permissions in the manifest to add the functionality to the Android applications. We hope you enjoyed it and we are the confident that you will like putting it into the practice. So, thanks for watching. Happy learning.